Hello. Hello. Hello everyone and welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning. Today is a bit of a special day because it's the anniversary of the 2 years of the war in Ukraine, and when you think about how long 2 years are, every day of 2 years, the poor Ukrainian people have been, assaulted and attacked, and bombs are, falling on their cities and their homes. And I don't know, I think it's insane to think that it is going on since 2 years. Maybe we don't feel it too much because, we are safe in our homes, but there are people there that every day don't know if they will have a house the next day, so every single day. So also psychologically, I would say must be very hard, right? At the end, they are fighting for their country. They are fighting for their existence. They are fighting for their safety and their families and their land. So they just would like, the enemy to just go away, right? To let them alone, to go away, and to let them live their life. But unfortunately, it's not what is happening, right? So Russia is attacking continuously every day, every night, and doesn't plan to stop, right? Doesn't plan to stop until you will have at least a resemblance of a victory, right? And meanwhile, it's grinding the lives of thousands of people, and it is just crazy to think about it. Between two civilized nations in the middle of Europe, right? And thinking that this is happening right now, right? So in this exact moment, there are people that are getting killed, and houses that are getting destroyed, and soldiers that are, fighting, not knowing if they will be alive the next day or the next hour. So yeah. So I don't know. I think it's good to think about it and to support Ukraine as much as possible. I placed the logo of Ukraine at the top left in my stream. I think was if it was not the 24th, it was probably the 25th. But anyway, let's say the next day of the start of the invasion, and I kept it there, and I will continue to keep it here. My fear is that this war can go on forever unless we do something about it, right? I think it can really go another 4 years, another 5 years, can go can go on forever, and meanwhile so many people are dying for pretty much nothing. Because imagine, even if Russia wins, what he will get, right? What he will get? He will get a piece of land which is completely devastated by the war, and he will have a very strong internal resentment, right, from the people that are living there. So I think to heal that wound will take I don't know, 50 years or 60 years, if ever, right? So even if at this point Russia wins, I don't think it's getting anything out of it, right? It's getting only problems. It's getting, so that is showing how crazy, how crazy someone like the Russian regime may it is, right? How crazy it is to not only try something that is completely wrong, but also fail at it and persist, right? And persist, because it's not that they just did something bad, but they persist at it. So they continue, and they continue for 2 years, right? So, and they may easily continue another year. So I don't know, I'm a strong supporter of Ukraine. I think they are a peaceful country. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, that they are former, Russians, they are corrupted, they are whatever. I mean, you can say, you can try to find problems, but I think that whenever a nation is attacked within its own borders, there is no justification, right? There is no justification. It's like if tomorrow someone is going to invade Italy or France or Germany, right? I mean, there is no justification for an invasion inside someone else's borders, right? So anyway, so I think I think it's an important day just to be sure that everyone understands how tragic, how tragic the situation is, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, so today I want to continue, moving on, changing subject, because obviously we cannot speak all day about that. Even if I think speaking about it and ensuring that everyone understands the tragedy and and how wrong, this war is, and how wrong Russia is in doing what it's doing, I think it's still worth it, right? But anyway, we still want to work on our game, and is what we're gonna do. So changing page, switching to something else. We are working on the procedural dungeons, right? And in particular, I asked Arirare to create some variations for the dungeon. I don't know how they look, if they are nice or not in game, but I would like to try at least some of them. He produced quite a number of different variations with different colors, and so maybe we can try a few and see how it looks, right? I don't know if it will look too fake, because unfortunately it's mostly a color change, right? And I can show you a few, and we can let me put, where can I put all that stuff? I think I can put it in I think I can put it under 3D levels. I don't know if I have a 3D levels, and then Vault of Ages, no. Generic dungeon, no. I think I have it only. I think it's the it's basically the multi-story dungeon. I don't have it here. I think I have to go here if you want to put it in. Generic vault of ages, blob, pillar, niche. Yeah, exactly, it's here. There is the right place. Okay, let's copy. I like, there is one that is very weird, but I think is pretty cool. So, and I want to see if we can put it here. So this one will be Atlas. I think it's called Atlas 03 base or something like that. Let me see. Atlas, yeah, Atlas base 03. So we will do Atlas base 03 variation 1, okay? Atlas base 03 variation 1. I think we can see directly here in Unreal. I mean, walking into it will probably be nicer, but I think it's fine. Yeah, so that is the thing. As you can see, I mean, it is a color variation, and I think we will have to tweak we will have to tweak a bit the tiling. I'm expecting that this styling is actually not gonna work one-to-one, but let's see. So if I import this guy right here, and I go to based instance 1, I think we can do it directly on this guy. Actually, I see that this one does not have anything, doesn't even have normal maps. Really? No, I think it does. No, it does. It does in the base. Yeah, it does in the base. It does. So actually, we will have to create a separate texture. I think we cannot use this one directly. So we will have to create basically a copy of our base 1. I don't know why we have all this random stuff. Because it was to test. Yeah, it was exactly the same thing. It was basically to test. Yeah, but we will have different normals. Yeah, we will. So no, I cannot. I have to create a new texture basically. We can duplicate it. And we can call it Atlas base 03 variation 1, right? Something like that. Underscore mat. Yeah, underscore mat. How do I report this? Let me change the music. Okay, we change the music. So we will have to create definitely a normal map and everything for this, right? How big is the texture at the moment? It's 2k, 2k. Yeah, I think we can leave it 2k because it's basically a walled dungeon, you know, so I think it makes sense that we leave it. Well, we have to go see. Yeah. Levels. Multi-story. No. Vault of Ages. No. What the hell? What is the... Ah, buildings. Buildings. Vault of Ages. Okay. Now, in terms of setting... I think mid can probably be okay. I mean, with crisp, my feeling is that it will become too strong, but let me see what we have in this one. We are using actually fairly strong setting, but only on the mids and not on the... It's kind of nice anyway. Yeah, let's go this way. We want to have at least the normal map. Now we can create other stuff, but at least the normal map should be there. I think for the roughness we can use a default value. 0.7 or so. I mean default meaning a constant value. That's what I meant. I don't know if this will be too much, but we will see. So how do we swap it everywhere? Aye, aye, aye. How do we swap it everywhere? Because now that I have a new material, right? If I want it on... If I want to have it... Hey, my only... Unfortunately, there is no way. I have to change base ints to be a child of Atlas, right? So I need to change the parent. That's probably the only thing I can do. If I do this, right? Now my base 01 becomes this. And so it means that now everything becomes that color. I think I have a test map where there is a bunch of that stuff. Oh wow. Oh wow. It's kind of cool actually. I mean, it looks a bit fake, like it looks a bit painted, right? But why this one is not? Seems that this one probably is not using. Seems that this one is not using the right texture. It's using base 01 instead of base 01 instance. pretty cool though. Kind of like it, actually. I mean, it's a bit weird, but why my PC is suffering so much? I don't know. It seems that it's very heavy to. It's very heavy to turn around. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting, actually. I mean, it's a bit heavy, right? As are the traps using 0, 1 or using instance? Let me see. The traps are also using the same. So actually, this will work. Okay. What is using a lot of my CPU at the moment? Because I feel that just the editor. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me see 1 second how it looks. I don't know if we should have some rooms, right? Only some rooms with this addition, with this different color, or if we should have, everything. I think one problem will be the tiling, because the tiling may not be perfectly correct at the moment. Yeah, as you can see, there are some, but I think it's fine. We can live with that. Are we loading production? Yeah, we're loading production at the moment. Okay, it's fine. So what I want to fix today is the ranged attacks again, because we did a bit of work the other day, but nice color, polygon problems. Polygon? What do you mean? No, we don't. No, what do you mean polygon problems? Boom. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I like it. I think I actually like it. I mean, it's a bit industrial, like, I mean, it's a bit metal. I mean, it looks, I don't know if this is metal or what it is, but I think it's pretty nice. I think it's quite nice. I think the question is if I think it's quite nice, actually. I think I kind of like it. No? I have to change back the scaling here of the flame. Usually you make them more small. You mean the resolution? I mean, there is a bit of fuck up here. But I think this one is actually not bad. I mean, obviously it is repetitive, but I think I like it. I think we will put it in. I just need to figure out this or we just ignore it, right? But you see there is a very strong line here. The floor actually seems to be okay. The floor seems to be okay. I mean, it's very flat. It's very flat because it is flat, but it is. We are not applying any parallax or anything, so it's very flat. Wow, just nearly died. Nearly died, but I think I like it. I think it's very nice. Do you like it? She just changed the texture? Yeah, it's only the texture change, yes. It's only a texture change, yes. I mean, it's kind of painted, but I mean, this is one. We have a million others, but this is one that catch my eyes because I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Wait just a second. I want to. I want to send a message to an admin because there is a guy that is actually spamming messages and in Discord private messages. Okay, I just sent it to an admin of another server because I think this guy is spamming. Okay, we have plenty of others, right? Because actually, Harirare created many, and sent them to me. This blue one, I don't know. Nah, this blue one I think is too crazy. This one I think is too crazy. This I think will be annoying to see. Is too heavy and I mean, we can remove a bit of saturation maybe, but yeah, maybe with less saturation. But I think it's really a bit too heavy. Do we have any columns? I think I want to see one room. Wait. It's just in front of me. Okay, nice. I want to see. Okay. I want to see how the columns look. I think they look nice. I mean, they are a bit crazy, but maybe they are a bit too painted, right? But I think I like it. I think I like it. With very limited effort, you know, we can have a new, you know, a new texture. Now the blue, the blue I think is too much. There is this gray, let me see. This gray seems to be very reasonable. But I don't know how different it is from our current one. I mean, we can try. I don't know if I really want to do the, but anyway. I don't know if I want to do the normal map. I mean, I kind of have to, but yeah, but anyway, yes, this is just a change of texture, yes. Just a change of texture. So, you know, we can have in different, maybe the dungeon can randomize, right? The dungeon could randomize the texture as well. You know what? I will try crisp and see what happens, because I think that we are a bit too shallow on the normal map. Now we will probably not remember. So the switch can be, well, we can reassign the texture to all the pieces, I guess. What is going on? Ay. Our SVN is down. It's possible. Our SVN is down. Let me see. Because we had a blackout the other day, and when the blackout, yeah, most likely. Most likely we have. possible. Yeah, we have a problem. So I have to fix this. We have a problem with the. SVN Linux. SVN Linux. Wait a second. I need to switch to. I need to check if that machine is on or off because. What happened? Machine is on or machine is off? Yeah, machine was off actually. I mean, it was yeah, machine was off. Let me see if now retry. No, it's still not working. It's still not working. Why? I mean, the machine is up, but now we need it. We need the SVN up. If we don't have the SVN up, we cannot really operate. Target IP, target IP, target IP. What is my IP? What is my IP? Yeah, it seems to be correct actually. Yeah, so the IP is correct. The IP is correct. Okay, now. Yeah, it just took a second. Just took a second to update. Now it's working. Now seems to be working. Okay, good, 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 good. So the server is up. I mean, the machine is up. So let me see if we do. So I was doing what? I was doing variation 2, right? Variation 2. Hello, Fannar. The update is going good. As for myself, I'm resting up and allowing my day to get pulled out. Got two of my top molars near the front pool because of the infection of the teeth. Oi, 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 oi. Ai, ai, ai. Does that hurt, Fanner? Hello, Rirare. I'm trying the new texture, you see. We have a red one that I just tested a second ago, and I think actually this one I kind of like. Maybe it's a bit too painted, right? But I think it's not bad. I think it's I mean, there are certain parts that looks a bit too painted like this, right? But I don't think it's bad. I think I kind of like it. It's a mix of, I don't know, it looks like metal, or I cannot really identify what it is, right? But I think it looks okay actually. And I was now trying the gray one. Right? I was trying the gray one. Which is Atlas Variation 2 and Atlas Variation 2. Yeah, I think that the normal map is a bit too much on this one. I don't know if I agree. I think I can reduce it a bit. Boom, you see how easy? And we have a completely different... This thing is a bit weird, huh? And also the tiling is a bit fucked up, I don't know. But, I mean, it doesn't... This one seems to be slightly lower resolution, or... I don't know if this one is lower resolution. Variation 2. Ah, yes, it is. This one is not 2K, this one is 1K for whatever reason. Yeah, 1K is too low. We cannot. I mean, considering that the wall dungeon is done like that, we really need a 2K on this. If it came out in 1K, yeah, exactly. I don't know. This one I cannot really use if it's 1K because it's too low. It's impossible. I mean, it really shows. Even if this gray one was not bad. I mean, the blue one I think is too much. The blue one I can use only if we desaturate it a bit, so that I can do actually. But the blue, what is GIMP? Yeah, the blue one I think is really, really, really too annoying. Really too annoying. So, but bringing the saturation down to like probably here. Bringing the saturation down, it becomes a bit purple though, but bringing the saturation down like here and bringing maybe the brightness up a bit. Well, pretty much is the same as before now. Yeah, between this and this, no, it's not the same. I mean, it's very different. I don't know, it looks a bit too crazy to me, but is this one also 1K? This one is also 1K. No, so I cannot use it. Cannot use it. No way. 1K is not possible. This one is the wooden one. You know, the only problem with this wooden one is are these lines, right? They really make no sense. These lines really make no sense. So I think it's unlikely we can use this. This one may be okay. If it's 2K. Yeah, this one is 2K. I mean, it's a bit. Let's try this one. This one is a bit weird, but maybe good. Let's save it on top of variation 2 because anyway we cannot use the 1K. So but the red one I think is very nice. The red one I think I will use it. I will really use it in game. I think red one I will use it. Huh. It's a weird effect though. I think it's a weird effect. I think it's a weird effect because I mean having a dungeon all made of wood I think is really, really strange, you know. I mean it's a good idea. I mean it's nice to see, but I think it's impossible. I mean who would create a, you know, this kind of columns, you know, this kind of columns made of wood, right? So I don't know, it looks I think it looks weird. Hello Parker Holt. Hello, welcome. Hey, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Hello. Could also mash them. No, I think the wood, I mean the wood just doesn't fit, right? I mean we could use the wood just for one pedestal like this, but using the wood like on the floor or on the railings, I think it just doesn't make any sense. I think the red one works, but this one kind of doesn't. I think the red works though. I mean, it is a bit heavy, huh? But with the right light, you know, with the right light, and I think the red works. The dark red works. I think the dark red kind of works. It gives it a bit of an industrial look, but I think it's usable. Well, actually, I think it's good. Oops. We enter in a post-processing volume. No, I think the red is good. The red is very good. I think we can use it. Okay, let me see the other ones, if there is any other that... Is that the mesh? What do you mean by the mesh? What is the full question? Let me see. Yeah, this red one is fantastic, I think. It's very nice. There is also a red marble. A red marble? A red marble. A red marble 2K. Why not? It's not bad, I think. Let me try on top of this variation too, eh? Variation 2, huh? Yeah. Wait, this one. Okay. I think there is a bit too much white. And since in here, since it's cleaner, the separation line is very, very visible. I mean, is insane visible. Nah, I don't think this works. I don't think this works. I think the white is too much. I mean, it's too big compared to the sides we are using it on. I mean, if it was like this, I think it would be fine. But there are other places like this or this that it really makes it a bit too much. Wow, this blue one. I mean, Azure. Is this 1K? I hope it's not 1K because this one I think I like. There are two versions of it. This one is interesting. Wow, the basic stone is very nice. I mean, the right, the stone shapes are very, very nice. I mean, the color. Because you know what we could do, right? We could have, for example, only the stairs, you know, to be desaturated, right? So that the walls are this color, right? But the stairs are right. The stairs are kind of gray, like this. And maybe we can do the same on the columns, so that there is like a contrast, you know, between the walls and the stairs, and it's not like Happy Land, right? It's not like Happy Land, because otherwise it becomes too much like Happy Land. But I think it's yeah, it could be good. I think this one, the stone in particular is very, very nice. I mean, if we find the two variations, I would say mission accomplished, right? If we manage to create two variations, is already fantastic. Wow. I think it looks very cool, but I really suggest that we desaturate these elements, so that the stone is that color, but everything else is gray, and I think it will look so much better. Let me try that. So the problem is, how do we desaturate? So what we desaturate exactly? I think we desaturate everything except the wall and the floor. So like even in this case, even in this case, this will be desaturated, right? I think it will look much better. Now I don't know exactly what we are using. Oh my god, why there is this process volume there? I don't know what we are using exactly, like on these pillars, right? So, but so yes, I like the middle of the pillar. I don't know why we have this problem. Why we have that problem? Because actually it is here. This problem is actually in the texture itself. So that's why we have that problem. I'm thinking what to desaturate, because for example the vertical column will be nice to keep it blue. So I will have to desaturate only pieces. This. I think all of this except this one, I don't know exactly where it's used. It's used there. This is used here. Interesting. Okay, let me do a test. We take this plus this plus this, and here I cannot do it because it's a single block. Okay, let's just do that. Yeah, all of this. This one no. This one no. All this. Crap. Yeah, it's not very easy to do actually. All this, all this. I mean, this we can probably do everything, right? And this one also I would like to do everything except the middle of the column. So except this piece, everything else we go in the saturate. Now this one I'm kind of undecided, right? This one I'm kind of undecided. I think it would probably be nice if we could do this and this, and this, and leave the rest saturated. Okay, so if I desaturate now, bum 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 bum, and I go down, I will go down quite a bit. I mean, like this probably, something like this. Okay, let me try. Let me try. Because I think the nice part is if there is contrast, right? If there is zero contrast, it looks it's looking bad. But if there is contrast, I think it's nice. No, I think the column should also be. I think the columns should also be desaturated, yeah. I think so. I mean, the wall is actually very nice. The problem is the tiling. The tiling here is terrible. I don't know if it's because this actual piece is wrong. That I don't know. That could be also. because like here instead is good, right? Or no, it's not good. We have a tiling issue on this one. We have a tiling issue. Why we have a tiling issue? I cannot see why. Yeah. We have a tiling issue between this and this, I guess. I mean, we can solve it, but yeah, as you can see here, for example, it's very, very, very bad. That one is this, right? This with this. It's super bad. It just completely cut off. So I will have to, but I can fix it. I can do it, you know, more round here and avoid the problem. Particularly there is very visible. Here is visible because it's changing color significantly, right? So between this and this, the color is very different. It's a pity because it's very nice. Okay, let me try to desaturate more. So with desaturate also... So what are we saying? We desaturate also the columns, huh? We desaturate also the columns and... so this will become gray, and this part we also desaturate. Oh shit, I'm doing minus instead of plus. Okay. That single slab, I don't know exactly where it... I think I like this, right? I like the fact that there is this small line, the small blue line, right? In between, so I would keep it this way. So it's gray here, blue and gray, so it does a nice motif, right? I don't know if I want to have, you know, this piece. I don't know, let me add, because now I'm getting confused of what is what. Let me try now. Let me try now. Better. Definitely better. I really like this. 1, 2, and 3. So you see that yeah, exactly. So there is a bit of contrast. Now in these columns, unfortunately, there is no contrast and it's kind of annoying. So it would be nice if at least this piece and this piece is probably blue. But this means having also all of this blue, I think, and they may become a bit too heavy. Right? Because this means what? I think it's... I think are these pieces? Or no? I don't know if these are these pieces or this piece. Maybe these pieces? Yeah, I think are these pieces. Yeah, it's these two pieces. I can try. What I want to do, I want to have these pieces not desaturated, right? So I will do minus this. And minus this. I think there is still quite a bit to tweak, but that's fine. Reimport. Yeah, I like it more. I like the gray, blue, gray, blue, gray, right? I think it's nicer. Yeah, we need to fix this. I think it looks very weird. But, yeah. I think... yeah, I think it's good, actually. The floor is super nice. This unfortunately becomes all gray. This becomes all gray. But I think it's okay. Can we fix this somehow? I think it's good, huh? I think we can use it. We just have to fix this somehow because the color is insanely different and is bad. It's really bad. I think this thing is very hard to fix. I think this thing is very hard to fix because to bring it to this color, I will have to go brightness, but brightness will bring, you know, yeah. And now it is a bit blue, right? Because it's bringing color back in. Now it's better like this than like this for sure. But it brought a bit of color back. It's very, very hard to do it, but okay. I think it may be fine, you know. Maybe kind of fine. Kind of fine. Unfortunately, some part of this are really, really stretched, as you can see, and it shows. Also, I think that the normal map is a bit too aggressive on the small detail, right? And I think it would be better to delete it. I think we need to edit manually the normal map, basically, because I think it's too aggressive on the... I mean, the crisp I like, but... Ouch. I think it kind of fucked up. I think it kind of fucked up. Okay, let's close it. But I think this could be a good variation, huh? The only thing that I don't understand exactly yet is what I need to do then to switch the texture between um, confirm does nothing. Okay, GG. I can also avoid going crisp. Yeah, just going mid tones. Maybe is enough, right? Maybe mid tones is enough. But I really like the crisp on the side. I just didn't want to have the small detail, right? And um, I think I cannot really fine tune how much is getting. I cannot really fine tune how much is getting the small detail. I mean, the only way is how do I switch it back to default values? Because I want to. Oh my. It never starts from the one that you. Anyway. I think crisp is really fantastic, but the small detail is a problem. Can I somehow avoid small detail and go crazy on the outside borders? No, huh? This one doesn't do it. I mean, actually. Let me try like this. Variation 02. Better. Less schizophrenic. Even if I okay, anyway. Where was the issue? Well, if I don't see it anymore, it's a good sign. I think it was here, no? Ah, it was here. It is here. But now it's much less evident, so... It's still unfortunately not the same color, so it's slightly, you know, more gray than this. But catching the right color, I think, is fairly tough. I mean, I think it's quite hard. Yeah. I think it's good. I think we can use it as it is. Yeah, I think this one could be the second variation. I think this could be the second variation, boys. Now, the question would be if only certain rooms, right, should have... The problem is... I don't know. We can test that. Yeah, but I think this one I will save it. This one I think is good as it is. I think I will save it. So the work that we will have to do when we generate the dungeon is... let me save this. The work we will have to do is to basically switch the texture. I mean the instance, no? The instance. The instance. The instance. The instance. So this will be base, this will be Atlas base 01. Let's call it 02 and GG. Atlas base 02 instance, right? So this will take from Atlas base 01 variation. And then we duplicate again, and this will be 03. And this will take from I don't know if I want to do the same that we did on the red one, so that certain pieces are actually not red, right? And so they stand out. I mean, we could try. So to desaturate also the red. I don't know. Variation to... I don't know why it's always so hard to navigate in this freaking... Why you cannot just have, you know, the bar here? Yeah, actually you have it sometimes, like now. I don't know if it's worth it to do it in this case, but basically the idea would be that, like, the stairs are desaturated. And I think on the red probably works. No, I think with the red doesn't work, because the red, I think it's fine to keep it as one. I mean, in theory we see it here, right? We see it in this case, because there is... Atlas base. I mean, is that piece even used or no? I mean, I guess it's used somewhere, but I don't know where. I don't know. Oh wow, what is this? Oh wow. Yeah. I want a chocolate, pistachio, and vanilla for your dungeon. Chocolate and vanilla. Okay. A chocolate dungeon, eh? That melts while you're walking. It melts down. That could be interesting. Let me see what else we have. I think we found 2 variations anyway. So the point would be, you know, like if you have a place like this and then you have one special room, I don't know how to do it, but like you have one of the rooms which is actually a different color. I don't know why here is so slow. Why the FPS is suffering so much. But basically, yeah, I think we have to do it programmatically and see what happens. Like when I generate my dungeon, but I don't know. Yeah, I think we need to have in our dungeon a new setting, which is actually the available colors, right? The available textures. Yeah, exactly. The available textures. And we will switch the available textures. Oh my god, this song. This song. This song reminds me so much of the game. Remind me so much of Death Stranding, the game. Beautiful song. So we need to add a new configuration here. Do you think it can point directly to the materials? Yeah, it can point directly to the materials. So it should be what? A T array of what? Of material? Of U material? Or view material instance. Or view material instance, huh? Or view material instance pointer or view material instance? View material instance. Now this needs to be applied. We have a problem. We have a problem with the traps because we have a problem with the traps because certain traps How do we know that we have to apply to this guy? How do we know that we have to apply to this guy, for example? Not easy. I mean, or we put in the BP, or we put in a BP a function that is actually configuring itself, right? And so this basically this blueprint knows that it needs to change. So it takes as an input because, for example, we don't want to change the texture of the blade, right? But we want to change the texture of these two pieces, right? So how does this trap know? How does this trap know that, right? So we need a kind of an interface for all the traps. I mean, this trap is a child of who? This trap is a child of dungeon trap. It's a child of dungeon trap. That is not bad, huh? So dungeon trap, that is pretty good actually. Because we could have blueprint implementable event, right? On the trap that is called configure walls or configure texture. Configure wall texture. I think this may work, huh? This may work, huh? So, but it will have to be a blueprint implementable event, no? It will have to be something like this, right? Blueprint implementable event, because I need to call from my, we'll have to call it in blueprints and just change, because I don't know exactly. I think it may work. So we add a new function that is called on the trap, which is called category will be the same as we have in the dungeon, so it would be dungeon generation, right? And it will be called what? Let me lower the volume. The music was fantastic. And we will call it. We will call it configure wall textures or something like that. Configure wall textures, and it will take and it will take as an input, right? We'll take as an input. We have to do const and all the shit, huh? We have to do const, but yeah, it will take it will take a uMaterial interface, right? A uMaterial instance, right? A uMaterial instance, and this will be like new material, right? And so we will call this one why doesn't like the huh? Why doesn't like my because if it's a U object, it needs to be a pointer, eh? Okay, fine. Yeah. And so basically, when we deploy the trap, right? If we have a if we have a wall defined, right? If we have a we will change. So okay, I think it is good. It is good. The only thing I need to do is to the only thing I need to do, wait, I think the color we decided at the beginning. So we decided I don't even remember where we start this thing, but I think it's called generate dungeon. Yeah, generate dungeon, right? Generate dungeon is the beginning of everything. So even before that, right? I think we decide the color scheme. Now the color scheme, I think it could also be a mix of colors, right? But for now, let's just randomize, you know, between that and our wall textures, right? And then we set, I think we should set it, no? Yeah, we set it. I mean, when we decided what color it is, we just set it so we can always access it without any trouble, right? It doesn't like our thingy. Okay. So this will be uMaterial. This will be uMaterial instance, you know, like chosen color or something like that. Chosen text, chosen wall texture, right? Chosen wall texture. Right? I don't know this thing that he always wants to be a U property. I mean, okay, fine. So the chosen wall texture is here, right? And is equal to my wall texture of random color, right? So we have it this way. Now this we can access at any time, right? This we can access at any time. So the assumption is obviously that my walls are using, I don't know if it's a good assumption, but at the moment is the assumption that my walls are using What did you send me, Arerare? You sent me a... The part on the right is a bit crazy, but... I like it though. Let me see. Okay, let me do this, and then we test your new texture, huh? Which I think actually looks very nice. But the part on the right looks like cyberpunk. It looks like a cyberpunk thingy, so I don't know. The right side. It looks like a cyberpunk laser text. Laser writing, I don't know. So decide a color scheme. Okay, so now we have this choose wall texture. So when we then spawn the room, right? Spawn the first room. So spawn the first room. Spawn room, spawn actor, replicate through. You know what is the issue? Oh fuck, the texture is not replicating. No! The texture is not replicating. The texture is not replicating, so I have to set it manually. Oh my god. Well, we will broadcast on clients. Yeah, we will have a broadcast function that is basically broadcasting to all clients yeah. So the broadcast function can be where? It can be in Spawn Manager, or it can be here, or it can it can be here. It can be here. It can be here. The only thing that we need at least a player, because we need the world. Well, if we have the room, is okay. We can go by. Yeah. We can. Yes. Don't worry. We can do it. We can do it. So. Oh fuck! But we are going to replicate. Oh my god. Are you serious? No, I cannot broadcast. Oh my god. Yeah, there's a problem. There is a problem. The color, the replication of the texture is a problem. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Ay. I mean, one trick would be to create another piece, right? For each, but it's insane. It's actually impossible. It's actually impossible. We could create, you know, a variation for each, but I think it's impossible. No, because I'm thinking, you know, that if we have to call a replication for each of these pieces, we are going to replicate like crazy. It's so annoying. The textures are not replicated. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Did they change it, or did they make a better way? Yeah, it's not replicating. It's not replicating. It's so annoying. Yeah, but I cannot do it for all the pieces. I mean, I can, but we are already replicating the object. Why we cannot just replicate? So bad. Also because you may see it changing, which is annoying. You may see it changing. Because it will load the default one first. And then it will rep notify the new color. And you will see the new color. Now I don't know if you really will see it changing or not, but it's possible. It's so annoying. I don't understand why it's not replicating the material. It's such a strange idea, right? And there is no way. We have to do it with. So as soon as we change the, as soon as we spawn the item, we have to trigger a rep. So we need to have a rep notify on one attribute, which is actually the texture. This is only if we are using a variation. If we are not using a variation, we will not call it. And this will be, I think, at the room level, right? So the room will be, will be the room level. So actually we are replicating it for the whole room, right? Not for each piece of, right? Which is, I think, reasonable. And then the room will have to basically change the texture on every piece. Yeah, it's kind of annoying though. I don't think there is another solution. I think it's the only solution. So, okay, so let's do a rep notify, right? On rep notify. On rep usage, on rep what? On rep what? Replicated using. Replicated using. Replicated using. Yeah, so I need a new U property, which is replicated using, right? And then we call onWrap texture change, right? OnWrap texture change. So this U property, am I doing it right or no? So for example, we have million examples because I did it in many places already, right? Like this one, right? Yeah, so this is the name of the function, and then you need to implement this function. Replicated using blueprint read and write category. Okay. We can do that as well, no problem. And our category is always dungeon generation, right? And this property will be again a U material instance, right? Wall texture. And it will sit at null, I guess, at the beginning. And then we will have this onWrap texture change or onWrap wall texture change. I don't know, something like that. So cannot declare it automatically, yeah? So we need to create. No, but we just created on the CPP, right? If I remember right, I don't know. Sometime I don't do this, so replicated using. I don't remember exactly how we do it, but I think yes, on the CPP only. Like we have this set traits, right? And this set, no, we also declare it like this. We declare it like this, and then we have the implementation on the other side. Okay, I see. So we declare it like this with onWrap wall texture change, right? And so this thing will be different, and then we implement it. She's wrong, by the way, because this should be underscore implementation, no? This should be underscore implementation, if I remember right, eh? Come on. So like unwrap this shit, right? And then you have the no, sorry. The underscore implementation is for the client server thingy. It's not for this. Okay, good. So it's just like that. Okay, and this will run on the client. Okay, fine. So we don't need implementation, so it's another thing. It's another thing. Okay, so this one, now we need to decide that this one, what it does, right? This one is running on the client, and I think we want to call a blueprint implementable event function that is just changing the texture of all the mesh, or we can just do it here as well. But I think it will be easier to do it, because then we will have to basically cycle on every mesh. Well, we can do it. We can cycle on every mesh. Well, apart from the trap will be a bit different. The trap, unfortunately, is more complex, because it's not all the elements, right, that we have. But if we go in the case of a room, if we go in the case of a room, I mean, is it really true that I have to change the texture of everything? No, because for example, torch, right, is not. So I think it's better if I do it here in the blueprint, and here I just drag and drop the actual pieces. No? Yeah, will be an additional work to be done on every room, which is kind of annoying, but I think it's fine. I can do it. I think I can do it. Okay. So we will call a function that is actually change wall texture, and we will pass what? No, we will not pass anything, because the parameter is already replicated, right? Yeah, it's already replicated. So we will just call this function, and this function needs to be blueprint. This one needs to be a blueprint implementable event, like I was trying to do on the dungeon trap, right? Yeah, because this is actually, yeah, it is actually wrong. This is actually wrong, yes. So yeah, exactly. So will be void. Will just be like this. And I think here would be the same. I think it will be the same, but we have to do the same for the trap, unfortunately. So I need to have the same shit. I need to have the same... Also on the trap, I need to have the same stuff. Right. Something like that. Yeah, because the trap is kind of a similar case. The difference is that, yeah, but basically it's identical. Basically it's identical. Basically is identical. Hmm. Mm. Okay, let's try to recompile like this. I think we made good progress in this. Do I want to change base instance 01? No, I don't want to change it. Don't save. Okay. Now recompile. That is nice though, because if we can, if we manage to... Let's see. I wanted to do the range attacks, but I think this is fun as well. I will rename the stream because the stream has the wrong name at the moment. Right? We also have a pink one. Do you want to have a pink one? We are building, guys. We are building. Chocolate, pistachio, and vanilla you want? Okay. Now, this works in a very simple case where the whole dungeon is using the same texture, right? At least the walls of the dungeons are using the same texture. So if we then change that the wall, but yeah, but I think the idea that we can change the walls and the floor. Oh yes, true. We need to create this get lifetime replicated properties. We have to add this shit to the we have to add this to our where to both the dungeon trap and right. So we need this, and we need the same on our dungeon room, I assume, right? And then we also need to implement it. And to implement it, like if I go in my PS character, I guess. Rain. You do something like that. do replicate, right? And then you say a dungeon trap, and then we do change wall texture. No. Change wall texture. Yeah, wall texture. So I think it's so this is for the trap, and it is also for the
Everything will be fine.
dungeon
Don't
room,
worry.
right? Don't worry. Everything will be fantastic. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everything will be fantastic. Arirare just sent a new texture, which is very, very nice. Which is even better than the one that we have, I think. Yep, it's very, very cool. Now, the problem is... The problem is this part. Because it looks like a cyberpunk building. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can copy this, right? We can copy this and put it back there. Maybe it would be good. But this is much better, I think. It's very nice, actually. It's very, very nice. We can try this. I mean, he has all these golden nuggets. I don't know, golden thingies. But I think it's pretty cool. And you can see the city below, right? You can see the cyberpunk city below. So I think that the AI probably is thinking that it is like a spaceship flying over a city. Possible. Okay, so now what I need to do, I just need to set the wall texture to the room, right? I need to set the wall texture to the room when I'm generating the dungeon, right? Yeah, I think so. So when I generate my thingy, I will do currently spawned room wall texture equal to chosen wall texture, right? And this will go and replicate. And I have to do the same for all the other rooms, right? For all the other rooms. Yeah. I have to do the same. Yeah. Okay. So I think that this will now the trap. I think will not work yet, but it's fine. But the walls may. The walls may work. We just need to implement on the blueprint side now the. And we have to do it for all the rooms, huh? Mm-hmm. Yep. We have to do it for all the rooms, actually. But it's okay. I mean, fine. We have to do it for all the rooms. Let me rename the stream, because I think that we have a wrong name here. The stream will be called... the stream is called Dungeon Textures or something like that. Dynamic Dungeon Textures or Dynamic Dungeon Textures or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I renamed it. At least I renamed it on YouTube, which is where it stays, because everywhere else. Okay, let's try to rename the... So let's do it with the first room, right? The first room is room number 2, if I remember right. So that is the first room, right, where we get, and so first thing we need to do, we need to tell the dungeon object. So we need the dungeon BP. Yeah. We need a dungeon BP, and here in the dungeon BP we can configure now the textures. Starting room, common room, rare room, stair room, end room, door room, chest pieces, trap pieces, trap damage script, NPC piece, number stair, number. Why is not here? Why is not here? Why is not here? Wait, for some reason the variable that we added on I added it on dungeon start, yeah, and it's called wall textures, right? It's called wall textures. So I don't see it. Dungeon start is this one? Yes, this one for sure. Probably because it is not the right way. I think I have to do it this way. I think I have to do it this way, probably. I'll try again. I mean, all the others are done that way, so I think it should be this way. Did he compile or not? What's doing? Hello? I don't understand what it's doing. Bro. It is compiling, but I don't see the log for whatever reason. But I think it is compiling. I'm missing the window. Huh? But you see that it's saying cancel, so like if it's doing it. Meanwhile, let me check this. Okay, that. not implemented. Huh? Bro, I don't understand what he's doing. Did I lose a window or something? Okay, now I have the compile window. Okay, nice. Cannot convert. Cannot convert. Yeah, but it's the same as this, no? Dungeon start. I mean, it's the same as this, bro. Spawn actor. Because it's a class, right? Because it's a class of. So actually it does not correspond to a material instance, right? I mean, true, but then what do? I just need to load it, no? It's like if I have my. I mean, it's the same when I'm doing. Wait. Set the material. But here we do it with an integer, though. Static load object class name. So we have to do this. But why? I'm not that convinced. Huh? No, because in the other case we were passing it by an integer, and then the integer was defined on the client side. While here we have. Don't remember how to do it. Why? Because here I go by name. But no, I already have the reference, no? I already have the reference, so why I need to go by name? I already have the subclass of, right? I already have this, so can I just... No, I understand this, which is this is what I'm doing already, right? Because I'm loading it by path, right? But in my case, I will not have a path. I will have directly the pointer to the object. So why then I cannot? Can I just dereference it and that's it? No, I think I'm doing something here. So can I just dereference it like this and is my class? No, huh? U class. This thing always confuses me. This thing always confuses me. I don't know. I mean, should be a U material instance, no? At the end, I want a U material instance from my class. I understand it is a class, but is there a get object or a get something? I mean, is this thing? No, it's not. No, it's not. But how do I go from my U class to get superclass? Get out? Ay. Well, let's do this. Let's search the Unreal Engine code. I think is easy. Now that we have a fast searcher, you know, with Rider, we can just search. I can do it. So I want to see where subclass of generated parent class. So for example here, right? I have my parent class. Then how the hell do I use this? Well, it's not very easy to see. Yeah, for example, this, right? In asset types, right? So how do you use it then? Okay, you say subclass of your object. Okay. Which is what I already have, right? And then it's doing get. But I don't think if I do get it's gonna work. No, it's the same. I mean, I have the same problem. Because that's, I mean, that's a U class, right? But it's actually, in the editor, will be pointing to an actual object, which needs to be instantiated, I guess. But fuck, I'm missing a piece of logic here. I'm missing a piece of logic. Missing a piece of logic. Where is Gion when I need him? Gion, I need you now. I need you exactly now. Because I don't want to spawn it, right? I just want to reference it. Or I pass that, or I also pass the subclass off to the client, but then when I'm on the client, I will have the same problem, right? Because I will have to create, well, yeah, but I will create material instance. Ah, yes, probably I will do that. Okay, no, I think we can do it. Yeah, so if I pass, okay, let's change that. So if I keep this, right? And this stays also a subclass off in my, I mean here, basically. Because I don't really care server side about this. I only care client side. But I still need this object to be replicated. So let me see if I do this. So if my object here is actually of this type, right? And the same for the trap, that now for whatever region we closed, but and the same for the trap, right? Yeah. So we only replicate this, and then when we go in, this, we will find our subclass there, and probably in the blueprint we can then just load it and assign it, I assume, right? Probably is okay like this. Hello NJM, can you explain how when you get a var it knows how to separate the number of instances? For example, we don't see the variable instance name variable 1 2 3, and we just get the variable even though there are multiple variables behind the kernel, it seems. No, I think the difference is between the class and actually an instance of the class, right? So you can say this thing will be this blueprint, but that's just the class of the blueprint. It's not that blueprint is actually loaded and instantiated, right? So when you say subclass off, I think you're just saying it will be this type, but inside of this there is not the object loaded yet. It's just the type that you are sending through, I think. Didn't I change this already? I think this will actually, we actually don't need. I don't know, we need. Because there is the chosen texture that then we call over and over when we are replicating to the client, yeah. Also, I think it would be fun to change things up to act like a pirate stream saying RRR, while you stream or the next stream act like York Mafia saying that I don't like no worry. What the hell? Do you want me to have an eye patch and have a pirate hat and say RRR? Maybe. Okay, so we cannot really pass a uMaterial interface pointer in the replication at this point, which I think is fine. So we pass the subclass off, which is actually set on the dungeon. And then when we go client replicated, we create the instance and we set it on, right? But this should happen only if the texture is actually different from the default one, or we do it anyway. I think we do it anyway, unfortunately. I think unfortunately we do it anyway. Let me see if we have the walls now. I hope we do. No, we don't have the walls. Fuck, why we don't have the walls? Wait. Wait a second. Here we are on what? Dungeon generation start, right? Dungeon generation start. So dungeon generation start, right? He has this, right? Wall textures, right? Wall textures, which are actually the available textures. So why I cannot see this array here? Because it's impossible to do it of material instance. Maybe I have to do uMaterial. I don't know. Like if I add an array, I mean I can add it here just for fun, right? I say add text, and this is material instance. Yeah, for sure I can. Material instance class reference, right? And if I make this an array, material instance class reference, so this guy will be, right? So that is what I, right, like this, and then here I will add a texture, and here I will go, wait a second, material instance. No, needs to be what? A material instance object reference then? Material instance object reference? Yeah, material instance object reference actually. Material instance object reference. But then why is different for actor then? It is the class. Huh? Why doesn't work with material? It doesn't work with material. It doesn't work with material. So it works different between material and actor. So here what I want is huh? I'm confused, boys. Select actor in the viewport. Yeah, you see that it's working differently because here is asking you an actor. I mean, while for materials, he's asking you for material inst. So yeah, it's very different. For material instance, I cannot go class. I have to go object reference. Wait a second. Unreal U material instance replicated variable. Yeah, okay, but doesn't tell me how to pass the material. Annoying. Should I just pass an int and fuck it, and then we select the material from the dungeon object based on the int and GG? I can do that. I mean, I can, because actually the dungeon object, you know, we have it on the client as well. So the only problem is that I will have to search for it, which is kind of annoying, right? While I wanted to pass in the actual material reference, right? Material instance ref. So I don't understand. I'm confused. I'm super confused. This guy is only replicating a boolean, but that's too easy. I want to replicate the material. You see, he's not replicating, just having the two materials. That's too easy. I wanted to replicate a material. No, no, no. Where is Gion when I need him? Where is Gion when I need him? Maybe we should pass a material interface or a material, because I mean, if we do it like this with subclass, so so the problem is that this thing is not even showing right in the list. So subclass of material, I don't understand why subclass of material instance wall textures is actually not showing in my dungeon start default, right? Like everything else is showing, this one is not showing, right? I don't understand why. So that's the first problem, right? That we don't get the value properly. So let me try, okay, let me try something else. So we'll call it wall textures 1, right? And this one will be uMaterial instance pointer like that, right? I want to recompile it and see what happens. And the problem is that maybe we should go all uMaterial instance and that's done. Hello, Yuan Lewis. What's your opinion about one people have a million asset VIP and get free VIP asset on many places? Do you prefer to use thousands of assets or do you want to create your own asset? I don't understand the question. Are you speaking about Unreal Engine assets or are you speaking about something else? Speaking about assets, did we get the February free of the month or we forgot? Still building, huh? I don't remember if we got the February free assets or not. It's preparing, GG. Real Engine Marketplace is slowly compiling. Yep, we got it already. February, we got it already. There are thousands of real assets out there that can be obtained from the web at a high cost. I see that you can carry an entire project 7 through you. Yeah, I mean, I think that the problem of the assets that are on the marketplace is that they are in many cases not really game ready. Nice. Super Meat Boy Forever is free. Very cool. We want it absolutely. Super Meat Boy Forever, yeah. I think that the assets that are on the marketplace, you know, they may look okay, but in reality, the majority of them are not really usable in your project. I mean, I took a number of free assets, but I had to work on them a lot before making them actually compatible with our game. Because some, you know, have weird poly counts, other have, you know, 1000, I mean, not 1000, but they have like 6 different textures with material functions and specific materials. And when you integrate, I mean, if you just integrate assets, you are going to end up with a real mess, right? While in your project, you want to have one master material, I don't know, for items, one master material for characters, one master material for foliage, one master, right? And so if you just take assets here and there, the result is that you end up with a lot of stuff that is bro, I don't know what the hell. Why I cannot get this freaking variable? Nothing works. Why I cannot get my freaking U material instance variable? Why I cannot? If I do like this, he's complaining that he wants he wants that, right? I don't understand why we don't get this. I mean, is edit anywhere, is blooping read and write, right? So I don't understand why we don't get, I don't know, maybe it should be material, maybe supporting only certain objects, but none of this is working. Wall texture, I mean, material instance interface. So for some reason, why? Why I cannot expose my material to blueprints? Why? Why? What I'm doing wrong, guys? I'm doing something wrong. I don't know why. For actors, it works, but for materials, it doesn't. There are thousands of real assets out there that can be obtained from the web at high cost to say, yeah. Obviously, I know groups where you find 1000 assets different to try. You made the right choice to create your own game. If you tested this asset, it would be very easy to change absolutely everything from the root to the asset. I don't know. Which are, I mean, the asset in the marketplace? I find them very messy, you know, because they have different resolutions. They have, as I said, different material instances. I mean, it's, but I used a number. Huh? I used a number of materials, mainly materials. Meshes, not too much, but yeah, we also use some meshes. Yes. I don't understand why we cannot get a list of materials on my freaking dungeon thingy. I mean, I can do it differently, right? I can set just an integer 1, 2, 3 and we cycle through the available ones, but it would have been so much better to actually set it for real. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but definitely I'm doing something wrong. I'm definitely doing something wrong. 0. Wall doesn't exist, bro. Fuck. I think the difference is that one is a class default. So I can get, because I can set up, you know, I mean, here I guess if I search wall tag. No? That is so weird. That is so weird. Huh? Only with materials it doesn't work. Because all these others, you know, we have, right? All these others we have, and they show. Like if I search trap pieces, you know, here I have my trap pieces, right? And I can set all of this. So why? And assuming that this is a variable, right? You see, I can get my NPC pieces, right? And I can get my trap damage scripts, right? And I can get my chest pieces, right? So why I can get all of this, but I cannot get materials? Why materials are not exposed that way? I'm doing something wrong and I don't understand what is it. I'm doing something wrong and I don't know what is it. I don't know, it seems that it's not compiling properly or something. Should I delete intermediate? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me that this is not going into the editor. It doesn't make any sense. Let's do this. Let's add a new one that is this, right? It doesn't make any sense, guys. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why. Or he messed up because the editor was open and so he's not updating the introspection or somewhat generated. I don't know, because it doesn't make any sense that I cannot have my new variables, right? Let me go to the bathroom a second and I will be back. And we will see if it works with this one. If it doesn't work also for this one, it means that it's something messed up. Okay, let's see if now we get. If we don't get this variable now, it means that it's not updating properly the right, because I don't know, there is something wrong. I mean, it's impossible that of these three I don't even get one, right? Of all these possibilities, I mean, why materials should be excluded from being class members? You know, there's no reason. There is no reason at all. So, or this is not loading properly. So NPC pieces, NPC. Yeah, you see that it's not working. Yeah, it's not reloading this class. Oh my god, it's not reloading this class for whatever reason, because NPC pieces test, which is an array string, is not working. It's not here, right? Yeah, okay. Let me delete intermediate. I think it fucked up something. I don't know what happened, but I think it fucked up. I think it's the recompile that is off. It could be that he did a half compile and messed up because yeah, there was no reason why. So let me just delete intermediate. I mean, it will take a bit to recompile, but I think at least it's a clean recompile, right? So we regenerate. So we just cleaned intermediate, and we are going to regenerate the project files, and then we're going to reload from here. I'm going to reload it completely. So that we don't. Where is Rider? It was here actually. Interesting. Okay, we'll recompile clean and see. We will recompile clean because it doesn't make any sense, right? You see that these one are in gray? Well, now everything is in gray. Yeah. So I think it did not update the. What happened? A conflicting instance of a real build tool is already running. You see there is something fucked up here. There is something fucked up here. Wait, something happened. Something happened. It's a pity because he had me waste, you know, quite some time. But anyway. I have to start to think about my dinner. While it's compiling, I will check my dinner a second, okay? Okay. I hope that now we will see it. I hope that now we will see it. I'm cooking some meat rolls. And I will go to dinner soon, but I started a bit late today. So it's only 3 hours now. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I'm not doing this as a job, right? I'm doing this as a hobby, but as you have seen, I'm putting a lot of effort into it. Okay, let's see if NPC... No, NPC pieces, I deleted it. What the fuck, bro? He didn't? What? I'm looking at the right object or what? Global world scale, right? I mean, we have everything, right? We don't have global world scales here. Why we have everything and we don't have... And we don't have this? What the hell is going on? Bro, dungeon start. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, public. All this stuff is public, right? So... I'm super confused of what the hell is going on. I'm super confused of what else is going on. We don't get, in the editor, we don't get the new variables that we set on this class, right? It's like if this thing is pointing to another project. I don't know. I mean, we only have one project, so it's impossible that it's not reading it. I don't get what is going on. I mean, I guess if I change this one, right, everything will break because this one is actually used, but the fact that this one is declared but no used, I don't think it should be a problem at all, right? That is so weird. That is so weird. That is so strange. It's like science fiction. It's like a mystery we need to solve. I mean, I feel I'm looking at the wrong object, but it's impossible because this dungeon start is a child of It's not updating it. It's not updating it. There's no way. It's not updating it. He's not updating it. He's not updating the class definitions. Okay. Am I looking at the wrong file or something? This file is sitting under Dungeon 4. Oh, fuck. No, it's correct. No, it's correct, it's correct, it's correct. It's under Dungeon 4, yeah, because I moved it, right? I moved it between the two. So this one is Dungeon 4, Dungeon Start, right? The name of this class is a Dungeon Start, right? And this object, right, this asset, which is a Dungeon Start BP, right? This Dungeon Start BP, right, this Dungeon Start BP is derived from parent class PS Unreal Dungeon Gen Start. Now, the only thing that I'm thinking is that we actually add, and let me check that, because we actually add Dungeon Start outside, right, of PS Unreal declared as a module, and we add in our configuration, I think I still have it, by the way, the redirect, probably is in default engine. Yeah, I have the redirect between the old class and the new class, right? Because the old class was actually under a separate thing called Dungeon 4. But you know, now that I deleted the wall intermediate, in theory, there should be, right, no chance for him to mess up. Right? I mean, I can remove this. I can remove this redirect, right? But definitely at the moment is reading something else. I mean, that's 100%. Is reading something else. Is not reading my class definition anymore. Is reading something that he has or cached or somewhere else, because it's I mean, what I could do, I could open the generated file and see what's inside, but I'm assuming that is correct. It never happened. Something like this never happened to me. That the editor does not match with what you have in the C++. Is there kind of a refresh? But I think deleting intermediate is the refresh, right? I had to compile and reload the code through the editor. I thought it was now to compile an Xcode and relaunch it. I mean, I can recompile this guy from here to see if they show up then, but they don't. Okay, let me create a new object, because now it's getting weird, really. Let me create a new BP, right? So we will create a new blueprint class, and we will derive it from Dungeon Start, right? From Dungeon Start, exactly. So this is a new object, so new blueprint test, we can call it. right? And that is fresh new, right? So also here we don't have our NPC pieces. We don't have our test, right? We don't have our test. It is fucking ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. This currently spawned room in theory should not be visible, right? Also dungeon ready. Boys, I don't know. I'm stuck. I'm stuck with the editor not reading the variables that I'm setting in C++. He's not reading this shit. He's not reading it. He's not reading it. It's not. Temp number of stairs. Yeah, you see, he's reading all the others. All the ones that were already there, he's reading all the others. Look, he can find all these ones, but he cannot find the ones that I added, including this one, which is the same, exactly the same name. Continues to see only the original ones, right, that we have compiled at the beginning. It doesn't see any of the new ones, so let me see the generate, but the generated, you know, the generate, I mean, if I search the that is ridiculous anyway. That is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, in about 10 minutes my dinner will be ready and I think I'm gonna go and I will be back tomorrow. But this is actually, I never seen something like this. Is ridiculous. Should we try to recompile it with Visual Studio and see if it makes any difference? I think it will not, but maybe Visual Studio will refresh something. I don't know. Let's try. I mean, in theory, it's using the same compiler, so it should make no difference. Let me see if I find my A dungeon start. a dungeon generation start, right? Dungeon generation start generated CPP and generated .h, right? So these are the files that basically Unreal is creating. So if I find here NPC pieces, NPC, it doesn't have that definition. Maybe as it here. NPC pieces. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you see that he has NPC pieces and he has NPC pieces test and he has all my other, you know, he has all my other stuff like the wall texture. So he actually has everything. I don't understand what is happening. I don't understand what is happening. If it's something related to a cache or, you know. But I deleted intermediate. I can delete also saved. Let me recompile with Visual Studio and see if it's any. Maybe it's refreshing something that had to be refreshed and never seen. It's actually linking a bunch of stuff, but it's not compiling. It's just linking. I can also check. Maybe you know what we can do. We can delete under binaries. Because actually under binaries there is a bunch of stuff that this guy is generating, and I think we can maybe just be sure that we clean up everything. So for example, we still have this one that is a few days ago, right? So I will let this finish and see if with this recompile does something. If it doesn't, we will just delete all these things, because my fear is that it's still loading somehow this dungeon generation 4, which was the previous, right? The previous definition of the dungeon. And if it's loading that, then yeah, it will have the wrong variables. But I find it weird that we didn't. I mean, he's taking a new code, but he's not taking the new variables, right? That's kind of weird. But it's possible. It's possible that since the last, I mean, when we moved the code inside, we didn't change the variables. No, probably is not true. I think I changed the variables after that. Okay, let's see if they show now. So the difference is just that we recompile with Visual Studio instead of recompiling with Rider. In theory, it should make zero difference, but should make zero difference. Congratulations. Attempt to replicate property dungeon trap wall texture in C++, but class dungeon room is not a child of dungeon trap. What the fuck? Attempt to replicate property dungeon trap wall texture, right? Wall texture is the one we want to replicate, right? In C++, but class dungeon room is not a child of dungeon trap. I mean, for sure it's not. They just have the same name, but... I mean, we named wall texture the same in both... Wait. My mistake. Okay, there is one mistake, actually. Yes. Correct. In the replicated property, I copied over... Yep. Okay, but that should not... Anyway. Get lifetime... whatever. Dungeon room... dungeon trap... Okay, this is correct, but probably is wrong in the dungeon room, right? Get lifetime, replicate... okay, so this one is... yeah, this one was an error, actually. This one is an error. Okay, cool. Fine. Yeah, but it's weird that we didn't get the same error with the rider compile. Just strange, huh? So that may have... they could have been a breaking error that did not let the dungeon actually load up properly, and so it was sticking to the previous properties. I don't know. Nah, that sounds like weird. Let's see. Anyway, there was an error. Good. There was an error, which was actually a copy-paste error. So now we want to see if my dungeons start, right? Yep, now he has it. Yep, now he has it. Now he has them all. Yep, now it works. Okay, so maybe that error was not detected by Rider or I don't know what happened. It's so weird. But now we have them all, right? Now we have now we have wall texture 1, wall texture 2. Now with wall texture we don't do much. With wall texture 1 and wall texture 2 is exactly what we need. So okay, I mean that's cool finally. It's been a while. Right, so basically we can get rid of the extra, this one for sure we can delete it. And this one is useless. This one I think is useless as well. I think we can go with uMaterial instance actually, which is the one that I want. Okay, nice. And we can call it just wall textures, right? And now... okay, good. So, yeah, there was... I don't know, there was a bit of a mess. I don't know exactly what happened. I mean... the matrix. A hole in the matrix. A repetition in the matrix. We found a glitch of the universe. A glitch of the universe, boys! A glitch of the universe. My dinner is ready, but I wanted to see at least one room with a different color, right? I wanted to see at least one room with a different color before closing the stream, because we did all of this and we should see at least one result, no? So the pieces that are missing are that now that we have these wall textures, right, which is actually used then here, right, we assign now this will probably not work, right, because that get is probably not what we exactly. If I do this, you will not like it either, because this is a subclass of material instance, right? And this is now a real material instance, right? So the problem is that while this is okay, because we can actually select a texture, this is definitely not okay. So I have to do it, you know, this way. And now in theory, at least setting it should be fine. So this should now be fine. And then what we need to do, we need to take this wall texture that we are well, there will be still few because now current spawn room wall texture, right? So it is on room. And this also cannot be this, right? So all this needs to become... The only problem is that I don't know if we can replicate it this way. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can. We will see in a second because it will tell us. But yeah. It's kind of slow, bro. It's kind of slow. Let me go back to Rider, because anyway, I think that now that blocker, you know, is gone. So I think that it was not crashing, but it was basically not able to load the class file anymore. But you know what? I'm going to delete this anyway, because this too, I think, is old stuff, and we don't want it anymore. But you see that now everything is 224. Before there were some 218. So I think that actually there was something that was... Sometimes when you just launch it and you say compile. But anyway, I think it would take too much time. I think I have to go dinner because it will take too much time to actually do a full test. Let me do this last compile, and if this last compile works, we may try, but my food is ready and I don't want to spoil it. I will be here anyway. I will be here anyway tomorrow. And I think I will work a bit on this tomorrow morning as well. Just to be sure that we can swap texture properly. I don't know if the texture... Do you think that the texture should be a parameter that you pass or not? Because we can also... When you are generating a dungeon, maybe you want it with that texture. Instead of that being randomized. Yeah, maybe. At the moment I'm randomizing, but I think it would be very easy to pass it as an additional parameter. Maybe. Okay. Okay, last test and we see, okay, last, I mean, we compiled, we see now in the editor we should have wall textures that we can select. So we will select our new Atlas textures in the base texture. No, we will select only the two new, so at least it's always changing, right? And yep. Okay. So dungeon start, fantastic. Wall, okay. Wall text. Bro, he did it again. He did it again. He didn't refresh the... Nah, this is ridiculous. He didn't refresh the variables again. He did it again. He did it again. He didn't refresh the variables. You see that we have now wall texture 1, wall texture 2. Actually, we deleted it in the... Let me recompile, maybe. That's the same. It's the same. Ah, this is a fucking mystery. This is a complete mystery, by the way. I don't understand. PS Unreal Editor. PS Unreal 9.16.9.7. So it looks like this stuff, right? Let me delete this and see what happens. PS64 debug game. So we deleted 3 variables and he still has them in the editor, which is kind of impossible, because now we only have this, wall textures, right? Let me see if he regenerated the editor. Yeah, now regenerated the editor stuff. Okay. Why? Bro, I have selected development. I have selected development. And this is debug game. Did we switch this by any chance? Did we mess up and switch that? Maybe without seeing it, but actually we switched it. Now we use debug game. Yeah, I think we switched it, boys. I think we switched it without actually realizing that we switched it. And so we were compiling. So now everything like makes sense. Maybe I press some buttons or keys or something that actually changed this from debug game to development. And actually when this happens, Unreal Engine is compiling a DLL with a different name. So you will see now that it will create a Unreal Editor debug game DLL, right? And the two DLL obviously have different code inside. So we were like compiling one and executing the other. Yeah, exactly. But this happened like in the last half an hour or so, because before it was working perfectly fine. So I think that I pressed something and I changed this setting without realizing that I did. And this actually created the mess. You see? There was a reason. There was actually a reason. There was a reason. Okay, so now we should have created, yeah, you see that it creates PS Unreal Win64 debug game DLL. And actually this one was outdated before. Now everything makes sense. Finally. So we did not find a glitch in the universe, in the Matrix. We did not. We did not find a glitch, boys. Everything is as it should, actually. Okay, so hopefully now we only have one variable that is called wall textures, right? Which is actually showing up properly. Let's say wall textures. Okay, we do. So here we can set our Atlas base 02, for example, right? And we can set our Atlas base 03, right? So these are the two variations. And then I don't have the time to do it for all the rooms, but let's do it only for room number 2, which actually is the starting room, right? So I do it only with this room. And within this room, we want to change the texture. We should see a method that was called what? We should see a method in the room. I hope we can see that one now, but change wall texture. Change wall texture, exactly. So this one is the one where we are getting the updated wall texture. So this texture is actually set, and I should be able to see it, right? Yes, in fact I see it. Okay, perfect. It is a material instance. So I don't know if I can directly get my, for example, let's get the roof, right? Let's get the roof and say set material, and I can just set it like this. Yeah, it seems that it's working. So basically for every object, right? For every object that we have, like the roof, now here unfortunately they're not really named properly. So these objects are not named the way they should, but yeah, but basically it's everything except the torch, right? Including the floor, by the way. Including the floor. I mean, we can do roof and floor for now, just to see if it works, okay? I don't want to do them all. Let's do this. Let's do roof, floor, and the door, right? And the door. And then I will do them all later on. But it's just to prove that it actually works, right? So if we do this, and maybe we also print out something just for sure. So we say client change texture, client change texture, right? Client change texture. Okay. And now, okay, so we saved this, we saved this, yes. So now we launch everything, and what happens is that our game will randomize the texture at the beginning between the blue one and the red one, and it will then assign it to every room that is spawned, and we'll replicate to the client, and on the client we are calling change texture, which is this function in every room, and we are updating the material at the moment at element 0, which is fine, on the wall texture. So we should actually see the new texture, at least in the starting room. All the other rooms no. And we will see it only on the roof, I think, on the floor and on the door, so that the walls will not be changed. But it's okay. So it's just to prove that the technique actually works, right? Cross your fingers, boys. There is the time. There is the time to cross your fingers. We actually have it. Actually, a mix of red and not red is actually pretty cool, I would say. Yeah. So it works. It works. So we can actually change textures of the dungeon. Actually, we have our guy here waiting for us. Okay, guys, I'm going to dinner. So I will see you tomorrow, and we will continue with this. We will finish maybe tomorrow morning I will finish this thing about colors. And then we will finish the ranged attack of this guy. That we want him to attack ranged properly. And then we will see what to do next, okay? So with that, I'm going to say bye-bye, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. See you. Bye.